All right. Welcome back to another great show. Each one teach one and don't stop there. My name is Isan. I'm representing Ulon, Ulon.Life. You can call in at 312-738-1060. So, today we're getting ready to do a couple things. I have a special guest coming up. But before that, I have the gorgeous T-Scene, who is always on the scene. She's one of Ulon's finest. T-Scene, introduce yourself.
I am T-Scene. I work with Ulon. I am the assistant coordinator for this company. I'm all about helping young females from all generations and races to actually come together as one in unity. We help them find housing, and we also help them find work.
That's right. Okay, so, let's get right on into it. You guys, women, call on in. We have a lot going on. The show is going to be packed. But I will say this right now. Ulon.Life, that's our website. But I need y'all to call on in if you got any questions. 312-738-1060. Now, I want you guys to get a pen because we're going to give you a number for women who are looking for some type of subsidized housing or shelter, something where they can get a job and get their own apartment. Okay? And Ulon has it. We're offering it right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, 312-834-8020. That's 312-834-8020. Real quick, so let's jump on into it, T-Scene. I know that, we are always on the show talking about these streets, and we are all about, I guess you could say, prevention. That's what the show is about. Our show is about prevention. We don't wait for someone to get hurt, someone to get killed, or something like that, and then, get money off and glorifying what happened,
Right.
the aftermath, right? What we're about is saving lives, okay? Brothers and sisters on the street. So, I need to know, from a young woman's point of view, what are some of the problems right now that these young women are facing?
Well,
What makes these women go to the street? Let's keep it real. Come on. We can kick it. Come on, y'all. I need y'all to call in. All right? You see the number at the bottom of the screen. Call in if you got any questions or comments or anything. We're getting ready to have our special guest come up. But before then, we need to know from somebody who has had a background. Because the reason I got her in Ulon is because of her past, where she was at. I just need y'all to know that. So you tell me, T-Scene, what drives a woman to hit these streets?
Well, I think the main reason is because they might come from a broken home, which is one of the main reasons in the U.S. society these days. Another reason may be because they're trying to find love in all the wrong places. You already know how that is.
Right.
A lot of females are looking for that one particular person to actually be confined in, and it always turns out the wrong way, always.
Right.
So, yeah, I think that's one of the main reasons why.
Okay. So, let me ask you this. Once they get to the streets, because I know you got a background, and we're not afraid to say anything, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we keep it 100. This is how Ulon gets down. Once they get to the streets, why don't they turn back? Why don't they go back home? What is it about these streets that keep these young women out there?
Well, it's fake. They just feel like that's where they can confine in. A lot of these streets are all about drugs, sex, violence, and a lot of these females, some of them might be scared, A lot of females I see my age or a little bit younger, maybe a little bit older, they turn to these guys, and it's very detrimental at the end of the day. I feel like money, it's a lot of money out here, so a lot of different ways to make money out here, and it's when they start seeing that income come in, and it's like, oh, I can't turn back to what I was doing. I need to stay here because it's the only way I can go about, living and providing for myself.
So it's almost like the drug game then.
Yeah.
When you're in the drug game, say me being an ex-felon, once, upon a time, and being caught in that life. So I guess, and never wanting to get out because you always say you're going to stack enough money. Now, I'm going to buy a building. I'm going to buy a laundromat. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. But then once you get the money and it starts coming in, you just never know when to get out. Is it kind of like that?
Yeah, for the most part. I really feel like it is like that. I've said so many times in my life when I was living in these streets, I'm going to stack my money for this. I'm going to stack my money for that. And it's always something, especially if you don't have a stable place to go. It's always money being spent. You're always going to need something. You're always going to have to fend for yourself. Something's always going to have to come up to where you're going to have to spend more money to actually survive out here. So win-or-lose situation.
Wow. Okay. And you know that hurts my heart. You know what I'm saying? I hear about all these stories, and I deal with a lot of women. I go to the Audi home. I speak up for a lot of these guys and these girls, and I go to the county jail, and I speak up for a lot of these young brothers and these young sisters of all races. And my heart goes out because there's times when the state's attorney really wants to bury these young brothers and sisters. They don't want to give them a chance.
Right.
So it's almost as if once you get out there, it's like no turning back.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
Well, I agree and I disagree on that. The only reason why I say I agree, because it's really, once you hit those streets, it's so hard to turn away from those streets. It's either you turn away, you're in, or you out, so to say. And I disagree only because I am a living testimony. I used to be in these streets. I used to didn't have anywhere to go. I used to always look for love in all the wrong places and be disappointed at the end of the day. But when I got into my mind that I was willing to change and change my life, and I was tired of living the lifestyle I was living, eventually I stayed prayed up. That's one thing. My mom always raised me in church. So I turned to these streets, and at the end of the day, it was like, why did I turn to these streets,
Right.
you know? But I always stayed prayed up, and one thing I can always say is God always made sure that even though I was doing wrong, He always made sure He had that covering over me. And I want to tell the young females out here, if you are ever going through, you are not alone. It's always people that's been out here in the same shoes. You just have to meet those right people. And until you get in your mind that you are wanting to change and you looking for that change, it's going to keep happening to you. I had a female come to me the other day like, why do I keep going through the same thing? Why do I keep going through the same thing? It's like, I love this man, but I know he's not good for me. And I was like, until you have to stay prayed up. Don't never forget who your maker is. You're here because of the grace of God. You don't have this. So many people, women, males too, that's out here. So many things can happen to you out in these streets. It's not easy. A lot of females think they're finding love here, and they're really not. It's just so much stuff going on.
So it's a catch-22, basically.
Right.
Almost like it's affecting your mind.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well, you know what? You know what I'm saying? We're going to move right along. Before we go any further, we got to give shouts out to the peeps. The people that always, got your back. My Seashell crew, my boy Mo. You know what I'm saying? Big G, Aaron, my boy Dion. You know what I'm saying? Jatan, okay. And everybody else, and my boy Zuzu. You know what I'm saying? KC, my boy in the back, Fred. I see you, baby. Sean Izzo, you know what I'm saying? My boy Gio, everybody that work up in Seashell, you know what I'm saying? They're my peoples, man. I love Seashell. I always make sure, man, y'all, man, y'all got my back, man. That's why I love you guys, okay? All right, Seashell up in the house. If I forgot you, it's only because there's a lot going on tonight. I love y'all, you know what I'm saying? But let's keep it going. So, before our special guest comes on, I want to say, let me ask you this. Has there ever been a point where you felt so down? Because I know someone's watching right now, and I know it's going to affect them. Have there ever been a point when you felt so down that you wanted to give up? The suicide was almost a reality for you. And you guys out there, don't forget, call in. Call that number at the bottom. You got any questions? I see the phone lines blowing up. But before I get to these calls, I want the right person to call. Because I want somebody to call that really feels this. Was suicide ever an option? Or did you feel there was an option?
Oh, plenty of times. I've been in so many situations to where it was like whatever I did that was good, I used to always sit there and bash myself because it's like, God, I used to question God all the time. Like, God, why is this happening to me? I stay positive. I try to motivate myself to be positive. And so many times I try to turn to suicide, but God said that was not in His will. You can get through whatever you get through. You got to go through the storm to get to the sunshine, baby. Like, that's just one thing I had to learn the hard way so many times that I wanted to commit suicide. I was on the verge of committing suicide, and it was like something in me like, no, you're not done. You feel what I'm saying? So
that was that spirit man talking to you. Now, we got to answer these calls. They've been blowing up. Okay. So we're going to get to these calls real quick. So let me just answer at least one call right now. Caller, you are on the air right now with Ulon.Life. Go ahead, caller. Can you hear me, caller? Caller. You gotta turn it up, baby. Caller, can you hear me? Okay, well, we probably have to go to the next caller in a minute. Okay, caller, can you hear me? We got all these calls blowing up. Come on, caller, can you hear me? Connect that call out there, y'all. Come on, let's go. So listen, while we're waiting right here, because there might be a little, little fusion right here with these lines. Let me say this. What made you not give up? What made you keep going as far as being a beautiful sister on these streets? They wanted to reach out and not to die, but want to live.
Well, because I've had so many people come up to me that didn't even know me, came up to me and just like, can I please just pray for you? And that just gave me some sense of motivation that there are still some good people out here. Yes, you meet a lot of bogus people. You might meet some people that are so rude because you know this world is waxing worse and worse. But there's somebody out there that might see potential in you. That see, and so many people that came to me. And one thing I can always remember is my dad always telling me, he's now deceased, but I always remember my dad telling me, like, you can be something out of life. I'm not always going to be here. And I think that was my main motivation on pushing me, because I think about it like this. Like, I don't want my mom or my father to look at me like, oh, she'll never be nothing. I know my mom raised me in a household to where she had some type of structure, and
Right.
that just gave me some sense of confidentiality to actually get out there and do it. Cause I know me, I'm a go-getter, and I know I'm a strong woman, and that's the reason why I stuck through it. I had some people that motivated me, a lot of people that I don't have in my life no more that motivated me, and that just pushed me even more to do good for myself.
Okay, all right. Well, we're going to get back to these callers. You know what I'm saying? It is so many callers out here. So, we're going to answer the phone lines again. Caller, we're going to try this again. Caller, you are on the live air right now with Ulon.Life, baby. Let's get it. Can you hear me, caller?
Yes, this is Dion,
Okay. What's up, my brother?
and I just want to say this is a positive show, and I'm going to support it. I watch it every week, and just keep doing your positive things.
Man, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for calling. And man, we're gonna keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Cause we do have a special guest. And Dion, man, I appreciate you, man. You know, man, you one of the main people. I know you calling each week, man. And I know you there for us. We love you, boy. Much love, boy. All right, caller, you are on the air. We're gonna keep it going, baby. Caller, talk to me.
Yeah, yes, sir. Great show as always.
All right.
I watch it. Listen, you know what about these young girls? They're 13, 14 years old.
Yes.
They go out and have a baby. They feel not loved, so they go out into the streets and try to look for love. And when they try to go back, it's too late.
Right.
They probably didn't have a dad in their life.
Good point.
And that, you know what, kids are 50-50 to go do right, do wrong. And without a dad or without the two parents, it's a little harder. So come on, girls, smarten up, stay home, don't have any more babies, go to school, and this way you can make your baby happy. Okay?
Right. All right. Well, caller, thank you so much. What's your name? You still there, caller? Well, listen up. I want to say something about that caller. He made a really good point. Say, for instance, a lot of these young women don't have a father. You know what I'm saying? Well, hold on. Hold that thought real quick. Because the phone lines are just blowing up right now. So, caller, we're going to go to another caller. Caller, you are on the air live with Ulon.Life. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, and good evening. And this
Good
show
evening.
is to this young lady.
Yes.
She been in a lot of places, maybe that I feel sorry. I just feel sorry. Sometimes we don't know why things happen, but it does. And like the last call say, some women have children at small age. Well, that village is not there no more to support our young sisters, our young nieces. Heck, mothers not able to take care of their own child, so now they can't take care of the other child. And I can understand. Just yesterday I saw a young lady standing out in front of a store begging for change. All the women coming out of the store would not give her a dime. But
Right.
man, I heard the man say, come on, get in the car and I will give you something.
Wow.
I hope that young woman did not get in the car. She didn't. When my wife came out of that car, out of the store, I pulled up, gave her some money. What's she going to do with it? I don't know. I don't care. I was hoping like hell that she just got away from me.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I
That's right.
understand why people do things. listen, people that know, and don't cry, baby. Please don't cry. You don't have to cry because look, you are inspiring people right now.
Yes,
I
yes.
hope that one person hear this show.
And they can definitely call on in. Thank you so much, caller. You know what I'm saying? That caller really hit on some really good topics,
Right.
and I'm so glad. I see the phone lines blowing up. Listen, right real quick, we're going to get to this video because I do want to introduce, you know what I'm saying, our special guest for the night just to give him a little airtime. Chicago, you know what I'm saying, man, stand up, a Chicago legend, someone I've known for a very long time, doing some everything for Chicago as a whole, okay? So we're going to get back to what we're doing. We want to give some praise, you know what I'm saying, the guys for doing what he do. Hold on one second here. We definitely want to show what we got going on.
The city of Chi, where the folks be. Have you heard of the city crime? Sociologists be telling me the city died from all the murdering, gang banging, and drug dealing. Every 30 hours they find another body with some slugs in them. And ain't no blood in it. This the ill state, nigga, and ain't no love in it. Now we gon' start with the south side. Where GDs and BDs and Blackstones don't coincide. So let me be your tour guide. So when you in a certain area, you will know what that good ride. Now let's start with the vulture, where folks will throw up the force sign to niggas they know they close to. That's 49th the state, so mingle, but just a few buildings north.
With no more introduction, we had to switch them up real quick and let you know that somebody that we have all, you know what I'm saying, grown accustomed to, somebody that's been in the airways for a minute and has shown love to Chicago, an icon, and I like to say, man, it's a privilege. My boy D.A. Smart is in the house, you know what I'm saying?
It's a pleasure, man. Thank you for having me.
That's what's up. So we just want to speak on generalities here, you know. So let's talk about the younger days. What got you into this music scene? Like, where was it really at? You know what I'm saying? What made you, what enticed you in Chicago to become a part of the scene?
Ever since I was a little boy, far back as I could remember, man, I always was into music. I started off as a young boy loving Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson used to pop lock, even
Right.
when he did the Michael Jackson. And that easily swayed me or led me to breakdancing. And
Right.
I was with the Chi-Town Breakers, a couple
Okay,
of my family that was on it.
We used to pop out right there for 39th in front of White Sox Park when it was Comiskey. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? When they had the pulley to shower thing, you know what I'm saying?
You know
That's
what I'm
old
talking
school,
about.
baby.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So you know, me, Steve, Eugene, Junior. We used to go down on State Street
Right.
with our linoleum or
Okay,
cardboard
right,
and
right.
break for money.
Okay. Water tower. I like
Absolutely.
that. That's
We
right.
used to get down like that.
Okay.
The L platform, Jackson, Washington.
Right.
You know, we used to get down like that.
Okay.
And we got in a lot of contests. We was the Chi-Town Breakers.
I remember.
So from that, it led me to hip hop.
She come here.
It led me to rapping. It led me to, you know, rapping on the mic. Thank God, because I met a pop locker that I battled named MC Rock.
Okay.
And he introduced me to rapping. And when he introduced me to WHPK, 88.5
Yeah.
on the FM
And I
dial.
was just talking to someone about WHPK where all the records at. When you walk in there, number of records all
Yes.
around. You know, it's still like that to this day.
To this day.
To this day.
We Are Hyde Park is an affiliate of the University of Chicago. So
Right.
it's right over there on University, 57th and University. We used to go to HBK and put our record on the radio, and as DFC, Dynamic Force Crew.
Okay. I remember that.
After Dynamic Force Crew, D.A. Smart, MC Rock, and Kiddo split up, it was just me. You know what I mean?
right,
and
right.
I did my own thing.
Right.
And I did historic things like get banned from the Regal Theater because the raps that I was saying was too black
Right,
for
too
the
progressive
sponsors
at the time, okay.
at the time, which was Pepsi.
Right.
It was too black, too strong. It was offending them that I was giving a brief historical of a black American account, and they was uncomfortable because of that, the way that I delivered it.
Well,
And
let me
they-
ask you this real quick, because I know we going down memory lane. So there's other things that are going on right now.
Right.
There's another, you know, tell me about some of the project, just different projects that's going on. You know what I'm saying? What else is D.A. Smart, you know what I'm saying, have going on as a, as just a Chicagoan?
Okay, dope. Right now, what I got cracking is the Control the Mic. I do an event that I do once every month called Control the Mic. It's a platform for
Just for artists, you know
Just
what I'm
for
saying?
artists.
Just for artists, you know what I'm saying, to come in. And so if you want to go to my page, you know what I'm saying, we could talk about that. It's Ulon.Life, as you see on the bottom of the screen. You know what I'm saying? We'll let you know about it, you know what I'm saying? Definitely something you can come. Just go to my page. That's all I'm going to say, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we support our Chicago people, you know what I'm saying? Not artists, our Chicago people.
Absolutely.
And this is definitely a Chicago icon, so we definitely support him through the years. I've always supported him. Let me say this. So, DA, what are some of the things you remember, you know what I'm saying, about Chicago that really sparks an interest in you? What do you like about our city? Because you are a piece of our city, you know that, right? And so I gotta, you know what I'm saying, talk like this. What are some of the things that you like about our city?
Hey, I like that Chicago.
Because you travel a lot, you know what I'm saying? I know
Yeah, I
that.
travel a lot, man, and everywhere I go, I always want to come back home. You know what I'm talking about? I could go to New York, I could go to L.A., I could go to countries outside of America, but I always want to come back home. I always want to come back to the Chi. The reason I want to come back to the Chi is because this is my home.
Yeah, to go, baby.
This
That's
is
right.
my crib. This is where I live. This is where I grew up. This is where I've been born and bred. So I love Chicago. I love the atmosphere of Chicago. Even though the reporters on the news are telling you that Chicago is dangerous, I even like that element because I come from that. I'm from
Right.
Robert Taylor Homes.
There
You
you
know
go.
what I'm saying? So
CG, baby, Cabrini, baby, it's all good.
absolutely.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
you know what I'm saying?
Robert
Cabrini
Taylor,
was one of my
Right,
cribs
right,
too. So
Okay.
if you survive this Chicago lifestyle, then you love it.
Exactly.
You know
Well, you
what I
know
mean?
what? I know so many people call them because they're fans and because
Okay.
they support. So let's go to the phone lines real quick.
All right.
Caller, you are on the air with Ulon.Life. Come on, caller. I know you there. The phone line's blowing up. Where you at, caller? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. My
Yeah,
name
right.
is Ray. I called earlier.
Okay.
You wanted to know the name. My name is Ray. I call every week.
What's up, Ray?
Because you have a great show. But not only do you have a great show, but you have a heart for the show, and you tell the truth. And that's why I'll always, as long
Love.
as you're on, I'll be watching you.
Hey, man, I appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
All right, man, take it easy. It's callers like that, man, you know what I'm saying, that have been following us forever, that know what we're doing, man, that support you and that support us. And that's why I want you guys to keep tuning in every Thursday, man. We do, and I picked this day because it's for the weekend. It's like the beginning. You know us. We want something before the weekend. Thursday is our weekend. Thursday is our Friday, baby. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
Thursday, thank you guys for supporting in, you know what I'm saying, everybody. Real quick, I got to get back to my guy, you know. As an admin follower, as somebody who really knows the hip hop scene through the years, you know what I'm saying? We've been banned from certain radio because it wasn't hip hop enough. You know, they want a certain style. What keeps you wanting the elements of the street? Because you keep coming with this street stuff element. Why do you pick that?
Because that's Chicago. That defines this city. Right now,
Right.
it's in a negative way that it's defining this city. It's defining this city from the brutality of murders, gun shootings, etc. And I don't want it to define the city like that. That's why I made this new song that I made called Where My Mob's At. I want to talk to my street soldiers, all the soldiers that's in the street. And I got a movement called Block by Block, where we're going to go block by block and we're going to deal with the problems in each neighborhood, block by block.
And it's not about the money. You just want to deal with social issues, correct?
Absolutely.
That's
Social
right.
issues, man. Social and emotional issues. And we want to resolve this in a peaceful and amicable manner. We don't want to be killing each other like we doing at the rate that we killing. And I don't want to see black people in that light. So block by block is all about dealing with the issues of the neighborhood. And
That's
if we
right.
could deal with the issues and the soldiers in the neighborhood, because right now we don't have no structure, all we got is cliques. So we need to deal with each neighborhood block by block.
All right.
We don't need to look at the whole of Chicago. We need to deal with everything.
Right, we're not, you know what I'm saying, signifying it just him being, you know what I'm saying, a supporter of Chicago.
Absolutely.
You know,
That's
supporter
it.
of Chicago.
That's it.
So let me say this. Just go to Ulon.Life, you know what I'm saying, to find
Yeah.
out more about, you know what I'm saying, what we have in the whole city as a whole. you know, because we're not going to support anybody who's not from our city, you know what I'm saying, right now. But I will say this. I love you guys. And, man, it's been a pleasure, you know what I'm saying, having you on the show, man.
Thank you for having me,
You know what I'm
brother.
saying? You got to come back, you
Absolutely.
know what I'm saying?
I will be
so
back.
that we could definitely, you know what I'm saying, get a full scene. And I want to say I love y'all, man. And as always, you know what I'm saying, we always say each one teach one.
Yes,
and
sir.
don't stop there. Remember where you from. Hit up www.Ulon.Life. You know what I'm saying? 312-834-8020. If you know any females looking for some type of shelter who willing to work and get their own crib, all right? We got it, y'all. We got the building. You guys, we coming up next. I love y'all, man. And remember what I said again. Each one teach one, and don't stop there. Baby, throw up them ones, baby. God first. We love y'all. Holla.